like your body. I really want to get
my loves. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, please do to like, follow, and subscribe. Alright guys, so I'm going to talk about what foreign students go through in the Philippines. So these are the things foreign students go through. So if you're a foreigner, especially if you're a black foreigner, I'll just say black. Black foreigner, these students, black foreign students, these are some of the things we do go through. I've gone through that, so yeah. One is that sometimes you might be the only foreigner in your class, like only black foreigner in your class. So that means there is nobody to talk to. Okay, there is nobody to talk to doing exam. Like maybe let me say for instance for revisions, there is nobody to, you have to revise with your fellow the Filipinos. So yes, there is nobody. So when in this type of situation, I would just suggest like I think I'll say it at the end of the video, like there's nobody to talk to, so most times you're going to like mingle with them, and sometimes they always have nosebleed. Okay, most Filipinos always have nosebleed, that they don't want to chat. They love to talk to you, but because of they don't just want to like speak English throughout, so they'll be like they will just tell you, please just learn Tagalog, please. And sometimes they will also talk to you, but most times they really want you to learn Tagalog because they don't want to like all the time they're always speaking English. Okay, so they always say nosebleed. So when you hear nosebleed, it means that, oh my god, they are stressing their brain to speak English. Okay, so don't really feel offended because they're always like, oh my god, nosebleed, you know, something like that. So the second thing that I would say, if you're a foreigner in the Philippines, these are the things you go through. Sometimes instructors, okay, will want to use Tagalog to talk. Sometimes they prefer it. Okay, so sometimes you would experience something like they'll tell you, oh, like for instance, me now, they'll say, I'm
Mara, I just want to talk to the Filipino in Tagalog, okay? So,
all right, ma'am. Then they will speak. Sometimes they like to explain things in Tagalog because they feel like, okay, that's the best way the Filipinos understand, because they can't just speak English all the time. So in your class, just expect sometimes the instructors want to use Tagalog so that they can explain more to the Filipinos. So that's it. The third thing, this third one is like how to pass your exams in Philippines. If you want to pass your exam in Philippines, make sure that you write exactly what the teacher writes. Exactly what is written on your book or maybe your handout. Make sure you write it, because yes, if you coin your own words and use your own English to write it, you're your own. Like sometimes the instructor, except if the instructor, like I think my dean is someone that if she prefers you to use your own words to write, and she reads words by word, so she will definitely. But some instructors, they don't have time. Most of them are like they teach like 5 classes. Okay, they teach like maybe 5 subjects and they teach the 5 classes. So they don't have time to like read. They want you to write everything. So sometimes if they don't even understand, they'll just like cross it and give you any mark. So most times if you notice something like that, maybe you wrote something that you know that is correct and you find that they gave you a bad score, just go back to the instructor and tell them, okay, see I got this, and make sure you have a proof, okay, so that they won't feel like, or you're trying to make them feel like they don't know. Just have a proof, maybe textbook, or maybe, you know, where it's written down there, so that they will see that they made mistake. And trust me, once you start it, they will always make sure that they give you a good grade. But most times I'll just prefer, except you know that this instructor prefers you to use your own English. Like for instance, for me, my dean, she wants you to use your, she doesn't want you to write exactly what is written on her book. Okay, so use your English and like write most time exactly. Stress, like sometimes when you want to correct your instructors, don't really correct them in front of everybody. Even if you want to correct them, like correct them in a way really appreciate. Okay, because if you kind of disrespect them in front of everyone, they will tend to like hate you in certain ways, and they might want to fail you. Except if you're always ready to fight, you have to be ready to fight all the time, because you know they want to always like make sure that you stand. If you are not giving a good grade, okay, just make sure you talk to them. If your grades are not, you know that you did very well, just make sure you talk to them, because sometimes they don't care like that. So, but you have to talk to them and tell them, okay, no, this I got this, you know, just like that. So another thing is, please do not disrespect your instructors. Okay, just like be nice to them, and just don't be afraid. That just the only thing. Don't be afraid. Just like respect, but there's difference between respecting and being afraid, you know, something like that. Don't be afraid of, it's almost like don't be afraid of anybody, and definitely not them. So just talk to them nicely, and just like, you know, in a calm, like nicely and friendly way, and they will definitely give you back the same thing. But don't be afraid. Don't like be always, don't shake whenever you're talking to them, because they will feel like you are so afraid, and definitely they won't really value you like that. Okay? So that's all I have to say. So so if you're a student, so these are like the 5 tips I have to like tell you, so that you understand, okay, so that you will like know what's up before you before you start your studies here. So that's all. Please do it to like, follow, and subscribe. Bye.